to UnBox Talk, the show where we unbox it and then talk about it. I'm Jason, and today we're going to be unboxing the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K by Blackmagic Design. For full disclosure, we did purchase this for the use in our studio. Now let's get started. All right, as you guys can see here, it's a pretty typical retail box. Got all your fun pictures on the outside or whatever, just kind of pretty standard. Nice box though. Don't even need a knife to get into this one. I like it. Oh, I say that now. Let's see. Get that out of the way. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Ah, there we go. All right. So the first thing we have here is our welcome packet with our little SD card in here. Yep, awesome. Getting set up. Let's put that over here. We've got our DaVinci Resolve Studio with our SD here as well. We'll have to download this into the software so we can make it do its magic for videos. What's next here? All right, here is our power cord with, oh yeah, here we go. We got our power cord with our universal adapters for all our different places, countries around the world. And then right here we have our battery pack. Get that out of the way. And then the one that we really want to see is the actual camera itself. And this is just sexy. Got your, that wasn't as satisfying as I hoped it would be. You got your screen here on the back. Pretty standard. You see you got a spot here for your lens up front, obviously. Micro 4/3. Super. I mean, it's awesome. This thing, I'm super excited about this, guys. All right, now that we've unboxed it, let's talk about it. It might be safe to assume that if you're in the market for a camera like the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, you probably know exactly why it's so unique. The Pocket Cinema 4K's advantages are, however, worth some discussion because even if you're an experienced videographer, but you have not had experience with DSLRs, it would be quite easy to overlook this camera as somewhat overpriced. Before we dive in, I'll quickly run through some of the important differences between the Pocket Cinema 4K and the original Blackmagic Pocket Cinema. Of course, the resolution has been upgraded from 1920 by 1080 to 4096 by 2160. The image sensor size has been increased from 7.02 by 12.48 millimeters to 10 by 18.96 millimeters. The original Pocket Cinema had a magnesium alloy body. The Pocket Cinema 4K has a carbon fiber reinforced polycarbonate body. And a full license for DaVinci Resolve Studio is included with the Pocket Cinema 4K. You can pick up a Pocket Cinema 4K for $1,295. By way of comparison, at the start of the millennium, the Sony HDW F900 cinema camera would set you back more than $15,800. And it recorded in Sony's HD cam format, which is similar to today's 1080i. I'll bet that didn't come bundled with anything resembling DaVinci Resolve Studio either. Camera technology has reached a point where pro-level gear is within reach of small studios and even dedicated hobbyists. For starters, the Pocket Cinema 4K has an 18.96 by 10mm CMOS sensor, which is quite a bit larger than something you'd normally see on a high-end DSLR. In the past, CCD sensors were more commonly used in professional broadcast gear, but this isn't intended to be a broadcast camera, and CMOS technology has made some huge leaps forward in recent years. Here's where things get a little complicated. Until recently, CCDs, or charge-coupled devices, ruled the pro video world, where image quality is everything. One major advantage of CCDs is that they don't need as many signal amplifiers as a CMOS. A CCD transfers charges to the periodically spaced signal amplifiers in lines of pixels grouped by proximity to the signal amp. Time and complexity won't permit us to plunge too far into this, but a combination of factors related to charge transferring and signal amp placement have traditionally given CCDs a performance advantage, especially when it comes to noise levels. A CMOS sensor, or complementary metal oxide semiconductor, has less of its surface area dedicated to light capture because each of the photodiodes in the sensors have their own signal amplifier attached to them. To solve this problem, manufacturers use micro-lens arrays to focus light onto the photodiodes that would otherwise be hitting the signal amplifiers and being lost. Also, more signal amplifiers mean more noise in the image. Improvements in manufacturing technology have reduced this problem because it's possible to make them all nearly identical. Also, better built quality means lower noise signal amps. Another major step forward for the CMOS sensor is global shutter. Global shutter captures charges at the same time in the frame cycle to prevent distortion, which can occur during the scanning process. The end result is that CCDs and CMOS sensors are practically even in terms of image quality. CMOS sensors, however, have other advantages in terms of the adjustability of frame rates. Also, a CMOS sensor can be manufactured largely as an integrated circuit, which makes them less expensive and often more reliable. In true Blackmagic design tradition, the Pocket Cinema 4K makes outstanding use of these new technologies. Also, the Pocket Cinema 4K is a well-designed and very compact form factor. The carbon fiber composite build feels very solid, and navigating functions in the field is simple. It offers 4K video recording at 60 FPS with 13-stop dynamic range. Naturally, high frame rate 4K video is going to make for some massive files and create the need for fast transfer to storage media. To deal with this, the Pocket Cinema 4K has slots for CFast 2.0 and SD UHS 2 cards. It's also possible to record externally using a USB Type-C connection. The Pocket Cinema 4K uses the active MFT or micro four thirds lens mount. Keep in mind that the sensor is larger than the sensors in consumer-grade mirrorless DSLRs. As I've said though, the sensor itself is not optimized for still images. The Pocket Cinema 4K has two microphones for stereo recording. It uses a 5-inch touchscreen display for the interface, along with dedicated and user-definable buttons for quick access to your favorite functions. Taking a look at the front of the camera, you'll find a scroll wheel with push activation, the MFT lens mount with push button release, two microphones, and a tally light. On the back, you'll find iris set button, focus button, high frame rate select button, zoom button, menu button, and playback model select button. On the top of the camera, you'll find a mounting point, external speaker, power on and off switch, assignable function keys, ISO set button, shutter setting button, a white balance button, still image button, and a record button. All the buttons. The left side of the camera, as you would hold it, contains all the I/O connections, including the mic input, the headphone out jack, full-sized HDMI out, the USB-C connector, a mini XLR audio input with phantom power, and a 12-volt power connector. The bottom of the Pocket Cinema 4K contains access to the battery compartment and a tripod mount. In the package, you'll find the Blackmagic Welcome Pack, which includes a manual on SD card, Canon LPE6, that's Blackmagic branded, a 2000 milliamp hour battery, DaVinci Resolve Studio, a fully paid license, AC adapter, charger with 4 plug adapters, and Pocket Cinema Camera 4K body. In short, the Pocket Cinema 4K acts like a high-quality DSLR in terms of setup and performance characteristics. This makes it comfortable and familiar to those used to film and cinematic cameras. It's not like a DSLR in that it doesn't take very good still images and it doesn't stop recording after 20 minutes or so of continuous video. It's not like a conventional broadcast video camera either because it doesn't autofocus. It will, however, track focus on an object selected by a box on the screen or by touching a point on the touchscreen. When you combine the performance advantages of the Pocket Cinema 4K with its tough physical exterior, small form factor, and low price, it's a spectacular option for a wide range of styles and skill levels. I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing. If you did, comment for us. Share it with your friends. If you have any questions about it, about how this works, or if you've used it before, let us know. If you want to see more episodes like this, go to unboxtalk.com. Until next time, we'll see you guys.